name is Judas, and I am a believer. My name is Judas, and I followed him on the way. My name is Judas, and I am still a disciple. My name is Judas, and the ends are the means. Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said to come and follow? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said you'd comfort me? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you made us fish for people? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said take up the cross? There's a field known as the field of blood. It's where they used to bury the foreigners. It was bought with 30 pieces of silver. The same silver coins, blood money for Jesus. And Jesus, where were you going when you said to come and follow? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said come unto me? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you made us fish for people? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said take up the cross? We thought that maybe you would go all the way to Rome. We thought that you would turn the world on its head. We thought that you would put an end to the high priest. We never thought that you would wind up cross dead. I turned traitor today for 30 pieces of silver. I turned traitor today and I want more rebellion. I turned traitor today and I'll end up hanging. I turned traitor today and I will be remembered. Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said to come and follow? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said come unto me? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you made us fish for people? Hey Jesus, where were you going when you said take up the cross? He called me Peter and he said, come follow me. I dropped my nets and I followed instantly. I walked behind him for it seems 1,000 miles. I saw the miracles it seems 1,000 times. He called me Peter when I saw him on the sea. He called me Peter and he said, I saw the waves and winds, they hit me in my face. He called me Peter, you of little faith. called me Peter and said, say, who am I? I said, Messiah, and I looked him in the eye. He called me Rock and said, on you I build my church. He gave me power, yeah, he gave me second birth. He said, boys, you know this doesn't end up well. There's a battle before us between heaven and hell. I said, hey, Jesus, you're wrong. This ain't okay. He said, hey, Satan, back off. You're getting in my way. First strike, you're out. When they two strikes, you're out. When they miss the first time, 3 strikes, you're out. When you hear the cock crow, when you hear the cock crow, when you hear the cock crow, when you hear the cock crow. He calls me Peter and I sing just like a rock. He calls me Peter and you know I like to talk. He calls me Peter and he says you will deny. He calls me Peter and I say I'd rather die. He calls me Peter and I just can't stay awake. He calls me Peter and my sword is my mistake. He calls me Peter and I know he will be right. He calls me Peter and that rooster ruined my life. First strike, you're out. When you walk the tightrope, 2 strikes, you're out. When you miss the first time, 3 strikes, you're out. When you hear the cock crow, 3 strikes, you're out. When you hear the cock crow, when you hear the cock crow, when you hear that cock crow. Jesus went to a place they call Gethsemane. Jesus went to that place, went with his friends. Pray, he said, pray, he cried, pray for me grieving. Then he cried, don't you see, this is my end. Here I am on my knees, see that I'm praying. Here I am on my knees, see the sweat blood. Here I am on my knees, see that I'm faithful. Here I am on my knees, I am alone. Father, if it is possible, Father, please, oh please, can it be? Father, if it is possible, take this, take it away from me. So he came and found all of them sleeping. So he knew firsthand he was alone. Stay awake, wait awake to pray, temptation's coming. Spirit strong, flesh is weak, that is the war. Father, if it is possible, Father, please, oh please, can it be? Father, if it is possible, take this, take it away from me. Next he came and he said, are you still sleeping? And he asked, gritting teeth, taking your rest. Then he looked and he saw his betrayer. Then he came and he kissed one of his friends. Father, if it is possible, Father, please, oh please, can it be? Father, if it is possible, take this, take it away from me. Father, not about what I want. Father, not about what I want. Father, not about what I want. Father, your will be done, oh please.
They called it a trial, but it wasn't a trial. A trial is supposed to be something to determine, are you guilty or are you innocent? But that's not what it was. They already decided he was guilty. It didn't matter that he was innocent. They wanted him out. They brought forth false witnesses. They yelled at him, prophesy this. They beat him and spit at him. He just stood there, so quiet, so silent. He let them. He let them.
Gonna spend your night when you know the next day's your last? How you gonna take a deep breath when the hands on the clock start moving fast? It's a long night's journey into day when the kangaroo court is in session. It's a long night's journey into day when the next chapter's your passion. Gonna pass the buck when the eyes are all trained on you? How you gonna save your life when you can't see God in front of you? How you gonna know the truth when it looks you straight in the face? How you gonna wash your hands, scrub them down, don't leave a trace? It's a long night's journey procession. It's a long night's journey into day when the next chapter's your passion. Crucified, crucified, crucified. How for the world do you restrain yourself when you're the true Son of God? How you gonna show your love? The cross weighs heavy on your back. The thorns, they pierce your head. The whip snaps the air and cracks your skin. The soldiers and the priests, they laugh in your face. It's a long night's journey into day when the kangaroo court is in session. It's a long night's journey into day when the next chapter's your passion. Crucify him, 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 crucify him!
Crucify him! Crucify him! Crucify him! That's all they kept yelling. They let Barabbas go. And they took my Jesus. They took him and they beat